Hello everyone. So, um, today the junior was kind of the same as it has been before. It was just 3 kids this time, sort of regulars that we've got. Haven't seen any like new kids come in for a while now, but I helped out a little bit with them. I kind of helped tutor some of them with what they were doing, and it's good for me to do some more work with the kids because they are a bit different, and I'm still trying to get used to it. But yeah, I'm feeling better about how to work with them and how to like exaggerate praise more, be more sort of enthusiastic, and like really like make a big deal out of it when they get something right, so that they feel good about themselves, and it's help them to remember that positive experience to help encourage the same repeated process. It's like the whole sort of success breeds success type thing that is especially effective with the kids. So that yeah, that felt better. And the seniors afterwards, it was just one person who was an old friend of mine, and I met him up earlier today, and we talked about a lot of stuff. We like caught up because it's been a long time, and he said he'd probably come over and come to one of the sessions. So I just had a sort of one-on-one with him. I showed him some of the stuff that we do in jiu-jitsu. Kind of did the same kind of crash course, well not crash course, but like tested, throwing in random techniques, different types of things that we usually do for any person who comes in as a new one, as like a trial run. So that's what I did with him. His background is kind of more in like Thai boxing and other things as well, but it's more that side of it, more the sporting side than the traditional side, but obviously he's dabbled in everything. And so I worked with him. I just showed him a bunch of different things that we do, techniques, locks. Did a bunch of the kicking as well, because his kicks are different to how we do our kicks, and it was just interesting to show him the way we do our kicks compared to how he does his kicks, and the differences, and like why you might want to use one over the other. If it's if you're used to doing it in a set way, where if it's like, because in like Thai boxing as an example, you said everyone pretty much does stuff the same way, is in like this, because like if you do like some kind of low kick, they know what to do. If it's hard to explain, but you don't see many of the more karate or jiu-jitsu style kicks in that, because some of them aren't as in Thai. It's more about how hard you can hit, like having a lot of devastating impact, just like raw power in the striking, and it's not quite the same in with the jiu-jitsu / karate kicks, or even like taekwondo kicks, because because we do more of the sort of the flicky one, where you sort of flick out and then retract your leg again, because there's a risk of someone grabbing your leg and doing something after that. So we train more like that, and there's less impact. It's a bit faster, and it's just different. And you can argue different pros and cons for each one. It's just interesting to have a look at everything and get a feel for the different things, see how it feels, and if you like it or not. So that was that, and then there's the ladies kickboxing, which is I think we had about 7, so it's still definitely the biggest one. Still seems to be growing at the fastest rate. It seems like every 2 weeks one of the people brings one of their friends along or something. So it's definitely grown a lot quicker than the other two, which is interesting. And it's one of the most fun as well, I guess, because it's a bigger group of people. They kind of have all got to know each other better now. They all get along really well, and they all just have a laugh with each other and with us as we're teaching them. So it's definitely one of the most fun classes to teach. Although the stuff we teach is like, from like a technical perspective, as someone who's like really interested in the raw martial art as a whole, it's kind of boring because it's, from an experienced perspective, you're not doing that much. It's kind of, it gets a bit repetitive doing the same kind of punching drills all the time. But with them, because they're starting from like 0 and like no understanding, probably not that much interest in actual martial arts as a whole, but they enjoy the sort of the fitness and activity of it all. They like the social atmosphere of the club and stuff like that. So for them, it's not the same. They don't get really bored of doing the same stuff each time. I mean, we do try to mix it up and put different combos in, and sometimes different types of kicks or punches, but it's not, they don't, like from a technical coaching or like technical perspective, it's kind of a bit boring and repetitive. So it's not interesting to coach and to teach, but it is fun to teach them. So it's fun to teach the people because they're just sort of, they're just a good group, you know. And they all respond well to everything, like criticism and jokes and all that. So nah, that's going well. So that's pretty much how today's coaching or like lesson went. So overall, I'm feeling much better about being an independent coach, and you know, because I've said before, what I want to do is have my own club or do my own thing. It'll probably have a similar sort of strong root in jiu-jitsu as I've done for like the past 7 or so years. But I'm probably going to add lots, like cut stuff away and then add lots of other things as well. So it'll be quite different from what we do at my club. So I don't know whether it's actually worth completely, because it won't be like jiu-jitsu, it'll be something else. Should I rebrand it or something? But I mean, I can work more on developing that later. I can push that. At the moment, what I'm really focusing on is trying to build up my own confidence and as a coach, and my own like the coaching skills that like these completely separate skills that are completely separate from studying martial art that you need to develop for just coaching in general, just teaching anything. And so I'm just trying to build that confidence in those different areas, and it feels like I'm making progress, so that's nice. As far as what else is happening with my own like personal training outside of everything else that I just do at home or whenever, I've got a bit of an issue right now. It's been bothering me more seriously for like the past 2 weeks. It's like sleep deprivation, because when you're trying to do a lot, if you like in the last videos I've talked about being more goal orientated, and I've encountered this. It feels like I'm trying to take on a lot of stuff at once. I've got all these things that I want to do, and I'm all like impatient. I want to try and go up for all of it at once, thing. And my general timetable is really busy, So I work a lot on time management and trying to figure out the best time to do everything and fit everything I want to do in, like, because I do quite a lot of fitness training, because I want to try and develop total all body fitness, so like speed, strength, endurance, power, flexibility, all those things in every aspect of your body, and that requires a lot of consistent training and different types of training at different times to do, and I have to try and work all that around my like job and other things, like going to the club, going to see other people, and like my job is like 42 hours a week, and I'm on my feet all the time when I'm there as well, so I don't get any rest while I'm working either, so I'm pretty on the go all the time. It's just trying to fit the sleep in and get enough, because I feel like I'm constantly sleep deprived, and it's only in like the minor sense, but it does affect literally everything. And like earlier this week I didn't go to jiu-jitsu on the Wednesday because as I was driving home I was literally like half falling asleep at the wheel, and it's weird because you like feel alright through most of the day, and then you get certain time periods where you just get really drowsy, and that is a sign of like sleep deprivation sort of built up over time. It's literally only if you like get 1 hour less sleep than you kind of really need, that hour will build up over time, and you build up quite a nasty level of sleep deprivation, and it's hard to recover from it properly as well, especially if you're trying to do a lot. But I always give myself 8 hours of sleep opportunity, and I've been a bit lax on that sometimes in the past, but like the whole of this past week I've stuck rigorously to that. So like, I go to bed at 11, I get up at 7. That's your 8 hours of sleep opportunity, and then so I managed to get that consistency right. But then after that, I end up getting in bed, and then I can't fall asleep for like 2 hours, and so I still end up losing sleep and not being able to catch up on it. And I don't know, I'm trying to figure out the best way, because I mean the harder you train physically, like exercise wise, the more sleep you need. You know, I'd ideally like to have about 9 hours sleep opportunity. But I can't fit I could do like 8.5, but I'd have to lose my morning training that I do like this same morning routine, and I really like that routine. It's really good for some of the general stuff that I think is really important, like the legs. When I have my weight training routine that I do 3 times a week, but this is more targeted to, it's very martial art focused, and it targets those 3 areas, like the core, the forearms and the legs. I basically do stuff like that and work all of them, and it's the sort of thing I can do every day, and I really like how it's helped. So I don't really want to get rid of it for the sake of getting more sleep, but I'm in this awkward position where I kind of need to prioritise it a bit more, and I can't just go to bed earlier, because a lot of the time I end up not getting home until later on in the day, and you need time to like wind down. You can't just fall asleep instantly. So yeah, I've been having trouble trying to figure that out. But yeah, other than that, that's about it for this week, I suppose. See you next time.